Good morning, sit down. So we will start the chapter 6 today. As previously we have finished, that is your nutrition, in which we have finished your plant portions. Okay? Okay, you can. So before start the class, I will ask few questions and then we will go for nutrition in animals. Okay? So today's our portion is so as we all know that the plants, otherwise we terms them as the autotrophs. Okay? By the process of photosynthesis, they produce the food material, that is your carbohydrate. So who will write the formula? Photosynthesis. Formula means the complete equation. Go on, write. So what is the pigment which is present in plant who is capable to absorb sunlight? Yes. What is its color? Yes. If we classify the autotrophs further into two different varieties, what are those? We classify the autotrophs from which they prepare their food on basis of that into two more categories. What are those? Autotrophs are further classified into two. What are those? You heard the word chemotrophs? No? Okay. As I told you that who are prepare their own food, we terms them autotrophs. Okay? When they are prepare their own food from sunlight, which is normally your plants, we terms them autotrophs. Because they prepare from the raw material that I have asked you, that is your carbon dioxide and water. But there are few other types of plants who are primitive plants, like your algae, fungi, all those things. They prepare their food from chemicals which is present on the water. Because this type of plants, they mostly hydrotrophic, means they found in water or aquatic plant. So what are the chemicals present on that aquatic pond? From there they have to prepare their food, and those we terms as the chemotrophs. Okay? So these are the two parts which is further classified who prepare their own food. Okay? Autotrophs and your chemotrophs. Next, coming to animals. As nutrition we have done. What are the method? First method is intake of food, which we terms as ingestion. Right. So the first will be here. This is the intake of food. What is second method? When the food is going inside the body, then okay. Okay. After ingestion, what is the second method? When the food should be breakdown, that we terms as the digestion. Third method, when the food is absorbed by your blood. Fourth method, Assimilation means when the what are the nutrient it has been absorbed by your blood, it should be transferred to cell. When it will be absorbed by the cell, that we terms as the assimilation. What is the last process? Excretion means what is the waste product which are not needed by our body, it should be removed by itself, that we term as the excretion. So, these are the common methods which is followed in all the animals to complete your absorption of your nutrition. Then question arise, okay, we are human being and we are the most developed animals. Okay. So, to do all these things together, we are having a special type of organ system. What is the meaning of organ system, dear? Organ system means here few organs are being together who are performing one function. Okay. So, here we terms that as the digestive system. So, in our human being, we are having a special digestive system who perform all these 5 work together. But if we think before human beings have comes under mammals, before that we are also having primitive animals who are microorganism, amoeba, protozoa, all those things, which all the things has not been well developed. Up to platyhelminthes, all your systems, organ systems are not well developed. Then question arise, in those primitive animals, how the digestion will be done? In our case, okay, I can take that this is done by digestive system. Okay. But in primitive case, how it will be done? And what it will term as? Have you ever read in 7th class, I thought, we read about amoeba, right? In amoeba, the mode of nutrition is holozoic. Holozoic means the whole food amount or food material, they will engulf themselves and digest by the enzyme present inside their body. And after absorbing the nutrition, they will remove the waste material. That we terms as the holozoic mode of nutrition, which is mostly found in all types of primitive animals, like from your porifera to up to your platyhelminthes. But from your Annelida, these are all your phylums. Phylums are what? When we saw all the animals, we found around 2 million numbers of animals. So, some have some common characters, some have some differences. So, we make them a small group so that we can read about them. Okay. So, that we terms as the phylum, which we classifying animals into 11 phylum. Okay. Out of that, up to your Annelida, all the animal mostly they are performing their nutrition through holozoic method. Okay. So, if we study about your holozoic method, your best example is your amoeba. So, as I told you, in this case it does not have any shape. Let it be it get a food material on a water. So, when water is passed through near your amoeba, first it will project its pseudopodia, finger-like projection which is developed to engulf the food is termed as pseudopodia. Okay. So, first they form a finger-like structure and they engulf the food. After the food is engulfed, then they form a small layer, membrane layer around them, and totally the food will move inside the amoeba body. So inside the amoeba body, like in we are having suicidal bag, which has what is the function? It has many enzyme. Any bacteria or virus coming to our cell, they will kill it by degrading, helping, taking by your enzyme. The same thing we are finding in amoeba. Which food substance has been completely engulfed? It has been digested by using many enzymes. Okay. After your digestion, this amoeba, what is the nutrition produced? It has been absorbed by its own body. After absorption, they does not have the assimilation process because they are made up of single and prokaryotic cells. Okay, but what are the waste material? It is formed. Once again the same form, the waste material are come closer to your plasma membrane and they form the small spores, and through these spores they will come out. Okay, so this is the complete method which we terms as the holozoic method. Here the complete body has the capacity to engulf the food substance. It may be sessile, it may be stable. मतलब ये कहीं एक जगह में लग के भी रहे तब भी ये निकाल के खा सकती है, या पानी में फ्लोट करते हुए उसके बॉडी के पास से गुजरे तब भी उसे वो खा सकते हैं. ये कहाँ होता है? अगर वो सब्सटेंस एक जगह में स्टिक है, जैसे पोरीफेरा फाइलम अगर हम पढ़े, वो स्पोर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है, दे आर सेसाइल, मीन्स वो एक स्टोन के साथ एक ही प्लेस में पूरी लाइफ स्टिक रहते हैं, दे कांट मूव हियर एंड देयर. सो दिस ऑल्सो दे आर एबल टू टेक देयर फूड. Okay, but the method is like this. Then coming to next, that is your our human being, in which so as I told you, all the process in human being has been done by your complete digestive system. Our digestive system, it has been start from your mouth and it ends on rectum. Okay, so what the food we intake, first it will stay in our mouth, and as we know that the first digestion of your carbohydrate, it has been started from your mouth, but other substance except your carbohydrate not yet done in your mouth. Okay, so what are the chemicals or juice which is secreted here from different glands? We have studied in 8th class. Yes, that is your salivary gland, which is secreted salivary juice, which we terms as salivary amylase, and this salivary amylase helps in digestion of your carbohydrate. So when your salivary amylase is able to mix your food material when it is chewing with the help of your teeth, then we terms it as the bolus, B-O-L-O-U-S. Okay. So the first one, that when the food is mixed with your salivary amylase and make it into small pieces and make a circle shape, round shape, that we terms as the bolus. Okay. After the bolus is formed, it has been passed through your esophagus. Otherwise, it is termed as your food pipe. But before that, we are having, because we know the esophagus food pipe is also associated with your windpipe. Windpipe is also beside that, which is linked to your lungs. So what are the things which is blocking when our air is passing through, our food should not move to our windpipe. Huh? No, no, we are having a epiglottis. It is a small membrane-like structure which is present in between your windpipe and your food pipe. So, when food is moving, it will block your windpipe. When air is passing, it will block your food pipe. So that normally 90 to 95% it will never be exchanged. But in forcefully or in absent mind, sometime it will move, which you will need to sneeze properly with watery eyes, and all those allergic reaction will be started. Okay? So after that it will reach to your stomach. In stomach region, your gastric juice has been secreted, and with the help of this gastric juice, our food has been digested. Here our three food primary digestion has been started, that is your carbohydrate, protein and your fat. Okay? Yes, so the next organ which helps in our digestion is our stomach. In this stomach, next is our small intestine. The first part of your small intestine is termed as your duodenum. And in this portion, we are getting two juices. One juice which is coming from your pancreas. And the other one which is coming from your liver, that is your bile juice. So what is the function of your pancreatic juice? In our pancreatic juice, mostly we are getting the enzymes which are able to digest your protein. Okay? So your renin, which will helps in digesting your protein, mostly milk protein, and your other proteases which make your protein into small peptides. Okay? And after that it will form to your amino acid. That is the method of your protein digestion. But in abdomen, means small intestine, the process has been completed of your digestion. So here all your carbohydrate, they have been converted into from polysaccharides to monosaccharides, that your sucrose or glucose form. All your peptides, it will converted to protein, protein to your amino acid form, and next is your fat, which is digested by your bile juice with the method of your emulsification. Emulsification means, as we know, fat are made up of some oily substances. Emulsification, with the help of bile juice, they form a circular structure and having a pressure inside it. That we term as the emulsification. When it will be forming, it will converted your highly powerful fat into your glycerol and fatty acid. These are the two primitive structure which is absorbed by our body. So all your digestion, it is completed in this stage of your small intestine. With the help of your intestinal juice. In your intestinal juice also we are getting fructose, which will converted fructose into glucose and galactose, and other monosaccharides. Okay? Proteases, which converted your protein to your amino acids. Okay? Lipase, that is the enzyme which convert your lipid into glycerol and your fatty acids. Next, coming to your large intestine. So after all these things which have been converted into molecular form and which is absorbed by our body, now it will be from your small intestine. When what are the waste material which is not digested, it will enter into your large intestine. In large intestine, your water absorption capacity will be there, and all the waste material they can make a circular form, and it helps in comes out through the method of your rectum and then your anus. But when we read about all these things, also in between few passages like your ending of your stomach, we are having a special circular structure that we terms as the gastrosphincter. Sphincter means they have a capacity to open when food is completely filled, and they close so that other food should not go back. Okay. The same way the sphincter is also present when your alimentary canal, means your small intestine, has been passed through your large intestine. So in stomach, when your esophagus is finished, that time we are getting a pyloric sphincter which will open to your stomach. When stomach is ended and your small intestine is open, that time it has the gastric sphincter. And the last sphincter we are found at the last part of your rectum and your anus, where all the waste material has been ejaculated. Okay. So in all these things, first intake of your food has been started from your mouth. After that, the digestion is done in your stomach and your small intestine. After this, in your large intestine, all your absorption and assimilation part will be done. At the last part of your large intestine, our rectum and anus, it is specifically made to excretion of your waste material. So in all these things, all your digestion has been completed. Everybody able to understand, or shall I translate or explain in Hindi or something else?
No, I understood, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes.
So we will read the book now. So read the page number 98, 6.23. Broken down into simpler ones.
Which then diffuse into the cytoplasm. The remaining undigested material is moved to the surface of the cell and thrown out. In paramecium, which is also a unicellular organism, the cell has a definite rate and food is taken in at a specific spot. Food is moved to this spot by the movement of cilia, which covered the entire surface of the cell.
Sit down. So in this paragraph, as I explained you, along with your amoeba, they have given a example of your paramecium, and then they give, as the paramecium is a single cell substance and it cannot move so many space or so many things from one place to other place. So when the food is coming near to the paramecium, only that time the organism is able to feed it. So to make the food to come closer it, on the outer line of the paramecium, if I will draw the structure, it will be like a foot like structure. Okay. So the outer cell, they have a cilia. which is thin hairy structure. So when food will come to here with the help of cilia, it will come to a specific position which we terms as the mouth of the paramecium, and from there your intake of the food will be done. Next, nutrition in human being. Read louder.
The elementary capsules definitely along tube extend from the mouth to the anal. In figure 66 we can see that the tube has different parts, various elements necessary to perform different functions. What happens to the food once it enters our body? We shall discuss the process here. We eat various types of food which have to pass through the same digest tract. Naturally, the food has to be processed to generate particles which are small and to be broken into smaller particles. Thus, it does with the help of biological catalyst called enzymes. The saliva contains an enzyme called saliva amylase that breaks down starch in it, which is a complex molecule to give small sugar. The food is mixed using the saliva and moved around the mouth while chewing by the muscular tongue.
Sit down. So as I explained you here that mouth is the main intake and your tongue, the food is completely making small pieces and smooth structure. When salivary amylase is a watery substance, so it will mix and form a circular form or circle form which we terms as the bolus. So it is easier to engulf by your food pipe or your esophagus. In esophagus, the movement of your food is done by your peristalsis force. That means one first part will be closed, that time your second part will be relaxed. When food will move to your second part will when contract, and then the food, because of that contraction, your third part will open and the food will move to third part, and that we terms as the peristalsis force because of the muscular structure which is present on our esophagus. Next paragraph. Second paragraph.
It is necessary to move the food in a regulated manner along the digestive tube so that it can be processed properly in each part. The lining of canal has muscles that contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. This peristaltic movements occur along the curve. From the mouth, the food is taken to the stomach through the food pipe or esophagus. The stomach is a large organ which expands when food enters it. The muscular walls of the stomach help in mixing the food thoroughly with more digestive juices.
Sit down. Next, who will read from girls? Last corner. Read the last paragraph of page number 99. Mucus. Facilitate pepsin. Lining, inner lining of the stomach. Okay, sit down. So here they told that in the stomach we are getting hydrochloric acid or HCl, which make the complete stomach environment into acidic medium. Why? Because the pepsin, as I told you, it is a protein digestive enzyme. It will only able to work in acidic medium. If it will alkaline, it is in inactive form, it can't act on your protein. But any acid, let it be you take a raw HCl and put it on any cloth, it will tear or make a hole there. So how then question arise, how our digestive system is not making any corrosion or anything? Because from your digestive wall, which is inner membrane, our one substance that we terms as the mucus, which will always secreted and protected our digestive wall. So when HCl is secreted, it only able to work on your pepsin, not on our digestive wall to make any harm. Okay. So here you have to remember HCl is secreted to make acidic medium. Why it is necessary? To work the pepsin which work on your protein or peptide to convert it into your protein. And how our digestive wall or digestive stomach is protected? With the help of your mucus. Next, who will read? Next page. We. From 99 you have to read we. We have often heard.
Can this be related to what has been discussed about the exit of food from stomach is regulated by a
Sphincter muscle.
which releases in small amount into small intestine from the stomach. The food now enters the small intestine. This is the longest part of saying whereas animals depending on the food they eat, herbivores eating grass need a longer small intestine to allow the cellulose to be digested. Meat is easier to digest. Animals like tigers have a shorter small intestine.
Sit down. So here, as I already explained, that when the stomach is finished, that time we are having a gastric sphincter or stomach sphincter, which is a circular muscular structure. As I told you, it has the capacity to open when food is filled in your stomach and it is completely digested, open little bit. So small amount of food from your stomach, it will pass to your small intestine, then it will be closed once again. Then after few seconds it will open once again small amount of food will move to your small intestine. Then question arises, why this is necessary? As I told you, in first part of your small intestine, all the two juices which are mostly needed for your digestion of your fat and protein needed to be secreted in your first part of your small intestine. So when it is getting the signal or giving signal to your brain, then only your pancreas and your liver, it will get the signal to secrete it. To complete all this process, it needs few time. To control that, by naturally in the last part of your stomach, we are getting a sphincter. Okay? Next paragraph. Difficult for enzyme to act on them. Bile salt break them down into smaller globules, increasing the efficiency of the enzyme action. This is similar to the emulsifying action of soaps on that we have learned about in the chapter 4. The pancreas secrete pancreatic juice which contain enzymes like trypsin for digestion of your protein and your lipase for the breakdown of your emulsified fat. So, renin and pepsin we studied at stomach. Trypsin, it is found in small intestine, and lipase we found in small intestine for the digestion of your fat. The wall of the small intestine contain glands which secrete intestinal juice. This enzyme present in it finally converted the protein to amino acids, complex carbohydrate into glucose, and fat into fatty acids and glycerol. So, if we conclude or totally summarize, we come to know that in stomach we are getting acidic medium for working of your renin and your pepsin. But in small intestine, when it is coming, there the acidic medium need to be transferred into your alkaline medium, so that your intestinal juice are capable to work. Along with this, from your pancreas, we are also having few pancreatic juice in which we are getting trypsin and your lipase. Trypsin, it works on your protein to convert amino acids, and your lipase, it will works on your small globules that or emulsified globules to convert into your fatty acid and your glycerol. Okay, the same way for carbohydrate digestion also we are getting enzymes which is coming from your intestinal juice, which convert your disaccharide into your monosaccharide in the form of your glucose. Okay, because these are the basic nutrient which has the capacity to absorb by your blood, not in your disaccharide or polysaccharide form. So, complete digestion is completed in your small intestine. Next, who will read? Okay. Next paragraph.
Digested food is taken up by the walls of intestine. The inner lining of the small intestine has enormous fingers like projection called villi, which increase the surface area of the absorption. The villi are richly supplied with the blood vessel, which takes the absorbed food to each and every cell of the body, where it is utilized for obtaining energy, building up new tissues, and to repair old tissues. The unabsorbed food is sent to the large intestine, where its wall absorb more water from these materials. The rest of the material is removed from the body by the anus. The exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter.
So, the last part, as I explained you before, they explained here that after the completion of your digestion, which we found in your small intestine is done, then the food is transferred into your large intestine. But before it is transferred to your large intestine, it is necessary that what are the necessary nutrient has been formed, it should be absorbed by your blood. How it will be done? In small intestine, we are having a finger like structure which we terms as the villi or villi, what you pronounce. So, in that we are having the supply of your blood supply or blood vessels. So, through these blood vessels your nutrient has been transferred to your blood. So, here your absorption of your all nutrient has been done. After the absorption, what is the waste product? They will move through your large intestine, okay? And then through your rectum and your anal sphincter, it is coming out from our body. So, in this way, if we concluded, okay, so what is the first enzyme which is where your digestion of sugar is started? That means digestion of your carbohydrate. What is the enzyme which is found in your mouth? Salivary? Enzyme name? Anybody else? Okay. Salivary amylase, very good. In stomach, the pepsin need acidic or alkaline medium to work on peptide. First understand the question. In stomach, it needs acidic medium or alkaline medium. Sit down dear. Stomach is acidic, okay. To make the acidic medium in your stomach, what is the solution which is secreted in our stomach? Stomach is acidic medium?
Yes.
What is the solution secreted in stomach which converted your total medium into acidic?
Total medium into acid.
Anybody else? Listen the question. In stomach, some solution is secreted which is making the complete medium into acidic. HCl, right. To protect from HCl, our stomach wall, sit down, is secreted some substance. so that it should not hamper or it should hunt. What is that? Mucus, right. So trypsin and pepsin, which enzyme is working in alkaline medium? Trypsin and pepsin, these are two enzymes which are helping in digestion of your protein. So trypsin or pepsin, which one is working on alkaline medium? Yes, it is trypsin. So trypsin is secreted in which part of your stomach? That means your options are stomach, small intestine and your large intestine. Trypsin is secreted which part of your digestive system?
Small intestine.
Small intestine, right. What is the finger-like structure we named which is found in your small intestine and what is its function? Small intestine has a finger-like structure, yes. What it terms as?
His name,
Name.
Villi.
Villi. What is its function?
Ma'am, to absorb the food and transfer it to the blood cells to provide energy and some energy.
Okay, sit down. In complete digestive system, we are getting two sphincter. That means the circular system, muscular organism which has the capacity to close and open and pass small amount of food to other part. So the first sphincter we found in which part of our digestive system? In our digestive system, we are getting two sphincter, okay? Anybody else? Ruko, anybody else? Okay. Okay, end of your esophagus. Okay. First is your stomach. That means end of your esophagus, start of your stomach. Okay. Last part of your sphincter is found in which part? Any guesses? Okay, I am giving you the options. Okay. That is your last part of your stomach and starting part of your small intestine. Second is your last part of your rectum, first part of your anus. The last sphincter found in digestive tract. Yes, anal sphincter is your last sphincter we found in digestive tract. And if basic, I will ask, paramecium has a basic hair-like structure which helps in movement of food to its mouth. So what we terms it? Girls, paramecium is a primitive structure made up of prokaryotic cell. So the hair-like structure found in paramecium is termed as Yes, it is cilia. Sit down. So everybody clear? Yes, ma'am. And you will read about this today before going to bed. Okay? Then we will go through your questionnaires next time. Okay, fine. Sit down everyone. Anybody has any doubt? ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଝିଲ ତ? ସତରେ? ବୁଝିଲ ପୁରା ଜିନିଷ? ଆନ୍ସର ନ କରିପାର ଇଟ୍ସ ଓକେ। ତମେ ପଢ଼, କାଲି ପଚାରିଲେ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେବ। ବଟ୍ ବୁଝିଛ ଜିନିଷଟା? ସମସ୍ତେ? ଓକେ।
What's the function of diagram? What's the function?
bile duct, it will be combined with liver juice, it will helps in secretion of your bile juice, which helps in digestion of your fat. तो ये दोनों मिलके it will secrete the bile juice. Okay? Everybody practice the diagram of your digestive system. Everybody draw now the diagram of digestive system. Now you all understand the concept, draw the diagram. I don't want your artistic diagram, I need scientific diagram. Diagram should be done with pencil, all the labeling should be on right side and it should be capital letter. हाँ एबे कौन है मैम? Okay, you draw with pen.
मैम इधर लिखा कि हर्बीवोरस को मैम सेलुलोज के लिए ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है. ह्यूमन्स वेजिटेरियन है उनका सेम है.
नहीं, ह्यूमंस को हम मिक्स हैं, मतलब अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम हमारा स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन भी बहुत लार्ज है. सो इट्स बेटर इफ़ वी आर वेजिटेरियन, बट ऑल्सो वी आर कैपेबल ऑफ डाइजेस्ट योर मीट which is not naturally advisable, but we can eat. Okay, it is terms about your actually your cow, goat, all those things, they have a special pouch in which they eat more amount of your food, they will store there. When they sleep, they will get their food back, chew once again and then digest. So that they explain that who have the long digestive system and having a pouch, they need a more time to digest the cellulose, so they are vegetarian in their nature. Okay?
Actually, what is the main work of diaphragm? What is the main work of diaphragm?
Diaphragm. Diaphragm, it is just a thin plate which is exist in between differentiating our abdominal cavity and our pelvic cavity, which is naturally present in our body. Below that our stomach is present. So to differentiate these two cavity, they are showing this diagram. But diaphragm has no function with digestive system. It has a function in respiratory system.
Means it does not have any work, means like
Any work with digestive system.
means it holds something, the respiratory system, like lungs, something it is.
Yeah, it has a function with respiratory system, but when we draw, we have to draw it because we have to show where the stomach is exist. It's just below that. To show the position, we have to give this diagram. Okay? Draw the diagram.